In the next 10 minutes, I will show you how Juniper Horizons better reflects your school priorities, focusing on outcomes rather than administration. We will look at the Juniper Horizons Difference with features that are standard across every MIS: census, pupil lists, staff management, registration, and communications. Everything you would expect or hope to be in an MIS is included as standard with Juniper Horizons, with no hidden costs or surprise add-ons. Every MIS allows you to complete your school and workforce census, but with Juniper Horizons, the process is fast, simple, and straightforward. No need to remember to update your local server or to check for patches that need implementing first. Juniper Horizons is cloud-based, always up to date, and census ready, without the need for a lengthy manual. As soon as the latest census details are published by the DFE, you can be confident that Juniper Horizons is automatically updated, presenting the current available census here, ready for you to review your pupil data. To review your data and complete your census, all you need to do is follow these 5 steps. In this section, we summarize all of the changes that have been implemented for the latest census. Also on this page are some handy links, including the DFE sign-in for Collect. The super summary automatically reviews all of your data and highlights any potential errors that might prevent a successful census. To review any errors, click on Fix. This takes you straight to the edit view of the relevant pupil or staff record. This table provides a visual overview of your pupil data using a red, amber, green status of any errors within the data. Hovering over the alerts will provide a quick summary of the likely error with the data. You can keep running your census as many times as you need until you are happy with the data. Once satisfied, go to the XML return file and click Generate and Download. That's it, you're all done and ready to upload to the DFE. Pupil List allows you to build bespoke pupil information reports in seconds with this simple but powerful tool. Pupil lists can be found here in the Pupil menu. As default, the list is set to the whole school. You can easily refine the pupil data being presented by using the filter function. You will find this function across Juniper Horizons. No matter what data you are viewing, you will always have the power to focus in on the pupils and the information you exactly need. Here I'm going to select my disadvantaged pupils, which now filters my list from 98 to just 6 here. I can then add to these filters. For example, I may also want to know which of these children also have special educational needs. My list is now filtered to these 5 pupils. Then if you need to manually adjust the list, clicking the number here presents the list of filtered pupils, allowing you to deselect any of the pupils you need to remove from this particular list. Now let's select the data we want to present in the list. Using a school trip as an example, we can build a specific list to support the staff taking the pupils. By clicking Choose Columns, all the data items against the pupil record are available to select and include in the pupil list. I'll select dietary requirements, flags, medical flags, emergency treatment consent, and maybe transport details or mode of transport. For example, if the coach broke down and arrangements for arriving back late needed to be made. Selecting food allergies, disabilities, and main contact information will also be useful in this scenario. Clicking Choose these columns builds the list with the relevant information for the 5 pupils we've filtered down to. All the information is presented in the table with the ability to sort each column. Then to share and use the list, you have several options. Here you have all the download options, for example Excel or Google Sheets. But by using the integrated communication tool, PATA, I can share these details directly and securely to the members of staff managing the school trip. This means the data never leaves the system. I select the staff members here and then Post. They then get a notification that they have received a message. You can also set up and use staff groups, for example the safeguarding team or the SLT. Then when they click on their link, they get access to the list in the format that I have designed for this specific need. They can then access this on the move and securely using the Teacher app. Whatever the scenario, Pupil List help present and share the required pupil information simply. Viewing and managing your staff record is accessed by clicking Admin and then Staff here in the menu. This displays a full list of my staff records, including a single central record overview, which provides a clear summary table of the whole staff record. Information including checks, compliance and DBS status, answering any questions from Ofsted on staff records instantly. Here you can see the user type and role for each staff member. This tailors the user experience based on their role within the school. For example, a governor user type will have anonymized access, removing pupil names, medical conditions, and other sensitive information that could easily be used to identify a pupil, parent, contact, or a member of staff. All roles are defined in terms of access, based on the feedback from our existing schools. But you can adjust these permissions across a role, or if required, just at an individual user level. As with Pupil Lists, the Choose Columns option presents a list of all the data values held against the staff record. Checking the tick boxes selects the information you would like to view in the main table. Every item of information aligned to staff members or pupils are indexed, making the Super Search tool here one of the most used features in the system. For example, a car is blocking the school driveway. By simply typing in the registration, the relevant staff member's details get presented straight away. Another example is typing in a mobile number, which then brings up any records associated with that number. Now we'll look at some of the staff management options. Starting with staff absence, I next select the period I'd like to review by clicking Display option. Here I select my date range. I'll look at this year to date. Typically, this would be an LA report, where here you can download as a CSV file. Or, as with every view of the data in the system, you have various download and sharing options here. Choosing the print option will remove all the menu bars, leaving you with a print-ready view to send to a printer or convert to PDF. Staff consent lets you record and review anything that you may need to ask consent for. For example, having their photo in school literature or on the website. We can add additional items, such as providing consent to have photos or be tagged on the school's social media accounts. The staff development section provides a view of all the CPD and training that has been recorded against staff members. It's simple to log against an individual, but you also have this useful feature that enables you to log any group training with all the team members who took part in just one action. When I need to seal my development record, I can download a CSV here, or using the pervasive download options in the main menu. Contracts provides a full view of employee contracts, allowing multiple contracts per employee, such as a teaching assistant who is also a lunchtime supervisor, for example. These can be updated here, along with the option to clone a contract and adjust a record for a new member of staff. To demonstrate the seamless communication within Juniper Horizons, I'll use the example of taking the register. Within the register view, we've brought together all the features a teacher needs into one area. The quick links here provide instant reports and functions specific to this class of pupils. This window presents consecutive absence based on my parameters here by clicking on the three-dot menu button. Below is the behavior log, and finally a random name chooser, a really simple but popular feature for selecting a member of the class at random. Back to taking the register, if I type the relevant meal code into the register, this both selects the meal and marks the pupil as present. Or encodes for unknown absence and L for late. Here it's 20 minutes because a taxi was delayed. So from a communication point of view, as a class teacher, I don't need to worry. The school administrator, as part of their daily tasks, will have a roll call widget on their dashboard that they can review. Here I can see the registers that have been taken, The number in the bracket shows me that I have 2 absences. This shows me all the absences today. If I click the encode, with this child, the parent has just called in to say they are poorly, so I can adjust this to an I. For the remaining absences, I'm going to send a text. Automatically, the pupil's key contacts are pulled in here. I can then free type the message here, or I can pull in a previously used message from the sidebar here. Then select Next to send. Any messages sent, text or email, are then attached and logged against the pupil record. With emails, you also get to see if the email was opened and if any attachments were viewed. With our integrated communication tool, you can also select your preferred methods of communication. For example, sending communication to both parents if they live at different addresses co-parenting. In the sending panel, you also have the option to send now, which would be relevant to this scenario, or if you are emailing something non-urgent, such as a newsletter, then you can set this to send at a specific date and time. The ability to communicate is embedded across Juniper Horizons. Communication is not an optional extra. Instead, it's a natural step in your daily workflow, avoiding unnecessary admin and saving hours of time.